What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like knives. Here to talk to you today, about the Kershaw Volt 2. This little ditty has a blade of 3 inches, a handle length of 4, a width of 1 1/4, and a depth of a little bit over half of an inch. Blade of 8 CR13 MOV steel, and handle scales of FRN. It does have stainless steel liners and a plastic, probably FRN, backspacer that is textured, and I quite like it. Um, Straight up, I love this thing. It's great. Uh, what's great is the blade shape. It gives you a long bit of straight, then an upswept for a bit of a spear point. It's not a spear point, but whatever. Um, with a very slight swedge on the back there, and with the spine leading straight into the point, making the tip very strong, which I appreciate. The blade is moderately thin, so it makes it a decent slicer. There's area on the back that's ramped up for your thumb with a little bit of texturing, so that is pretty great. I like it. The action, very thwicky. I often use the Kershaw Clash as a measure of thwickiness, and this is not there, but it's close enough to make me happy. I quite like thwicking the Kershaw Clash. But this is close enough. Handle, FRN, so it is a bit cheaper, but with these triangle texturing designs, they're just very small, slight bumps. You may not even be able to perceive that because they are so small. What that means is it doesn't hinder at all when you put the blade into your pocket. Some designs grab and hold and make that difficult. This doesn't. You can slip it in just as easy, but it does hold the clip in a little bit, and it gives your hand something to hold on to, grooves to fill, yada yada. The line's decent, that's good. Lock, it juts out just a little bit, if you can see that. So you can see that through there, so they didn't go and hide the liner lock like Kershaw has done on a few of their other models. And there is texturing on that lock bar, so you can find it easily enough, which is great. This is a very good knife. I quite enjoy this. I carried this for a good long time. I don't really anymore, and I'll get to that in a second. What can be improved really is just the clip. This is, where else have I seen this? The Kershaw Zing stainless steel model, I think is, now that I think about it, the Zing is labeled as their stainless steel model, but it's the only model that I've ever seen. So I've never seen, usually they do that to denote G10 versus stainless steel, but I've never seen the other version. So is there another version of the Zing? I'll have to look that up. But in my Zing stainless steel version, this is the clip it has. So these are, I believe, the only 2 knives that I know of that have it, which is frustrating. I hate unique pocket clips, but whatever. I would much prefer that it be deep carry, because this is frustrating. But whatever. You could even make it bend the other way. This is poorly designed, and it's frustrating to me. The clip is. The knife overall, great centering, great action. I don't know what else you could want from this thing. It's good. It's good. It's great. Kershaw sells this for $50 on their website, Amazon for $28, Blade HQ for $30, and I got this from Walmart for $28, and it was worth every penny. I do have one last note on here. Out of 10 stars, I give this a, that was more surprise than it should have been, but it's good. It's a good reaction. This is a good piece. I like this. My one last note is that I would prefer a stainless steel model, and that's true. This is only 3 inches. I would prefer that it be a little bit more. At a little bit over half an inch because of the FRN scales. If you just made this fully stainless steel, you could make it a little bit thinner. You could improve the pocket clip and make it stainless steel frame lock, and you could make the lock bar even better, easier to find, yada yada. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. They did, and I'll be getting to that at some point. So I found this, and I found this piece, fell in love with it, and wrote these notes months and months before I found that. So I spent quite some time wishing that this came in a stainless steel model, and then I found one. So when I said I don't really carry this anymore, that's because that I found an improvement. So this is still a good piece. The other one's a little bit more expensive, so this will be a little bit more budget. This will be a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. Everything else is pretty much the same, though. A little bit more reliable. You did see me tweaking the pivot screw there. These are only 2-position. This is a 2-position pocket clip, and you cover that real quick, so you can put it right there or right there, but it is right hand only, so you can't flip it to the left hand. So this is a good piece. Good, blah, blah, blah. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know down below. And other than that, have a great day.